What's going on? Happy Wednesday. So last week the hurricane happened, right? Hit the West Coast, Tampa pretty hard, St. Pete area, and hit the West Coast a little bit. We got some tornadoes over here, but no flooding, nothing crazy. So I want to talk a little bit about in today's video, how is the hurricane going to affect the real estate market, right? In terms of the West Coast, I think it's going to have, I don't want to say major effects on it, but I think it's going to affect, right, the areas like Inglewood, St. Pete, Tampa. Inglewood got hit really hard in a few areas in terms of, right, storm surge. Now, how is that going to affect the real estate market? I think it's going to affect the market from the standpoint of, right, it's going to take a long time to rebuild. It's going to cause people that have lived there for a long time who can't afford to rebuild to relocate. So in terms of infrastructure, things like that, the roads being washed away, boats, floating on houses, things like that, I think it's going to obviously diminish the demand in that market in terms of second home buyers, which Florida obviously is, right, a very seasonal market, especially in different areas like Naples, Tampa, West Palm, Palm Beach Island, Jupiter, things like that. But I think overall, how is it going to affect our area, right? Palm Beach, Jupiter area? I don't think it's going to affect us. I think there are going to be people from the West Coast that say, hey, we're going to move over to the Jupiter East Coast area because the Gulf Stream, right? It's much deeper. It's closer to us, so we have a lot less storm surge. Whereas the West Coast, the waters are a lot shallower, which in turn cause bigger storm surges and cause more damage. So from that standpoint, I think we're going to see more people moving over this way. I don't think we're going to see a direct result today or tomorrow, but I think over time, as people do more studying, more research, things like that, they're going to start noticing that. In terms of the North Carolina area, right, Asheville, Burnsville, when Helene hit a lot of the panhandle, I think that's going to have an effect, right, on the second home time buyers, if that makes sense. And I think that's going to take a little while, a few years, to build the infrastructure back up, fix the roads, make sure that people understand that this is not as common as usual, if that makes sense. Florida is known for hurricanes, but I think when people think of hurricanes, they think of total annihilation, which is unfortunate, and it does happen, which is extremely unfortunate. But how often does it happen? Not very often. And what I mean by not very often, right? Like, for example, Palm Beach County area, we had tornadoes. I've talked to a few people that have lived here their whole life, and they've never seen or heard of a tornado hit this area, but it was the first time that it's happened. So similar to, right, hurricanes that hit New York, similar to, right, blizzards, similar to earthquakes, fires, on the West Coast of the country, natural disasters unfortunately do happen, and it's something that, hope for the best, prepare for the worst kind of deal. But it's prevalent to happen, which is unfortunate again. But anyhow, in terms of how it's going to affect the market, I don't think it's going to affect our market too much. I think we may get a little more demand and start seeing maybe some more people trickle down this area. But overall, I don't think we're going to have a major effect from it. So that's my 2 cents. Let me know what you think. Comment, subscribe, and we'll chat soon.